Today to talk about the Iran war and next steps. What do you think will come of this meeting?
Well, good morning, Carly. I expect President Trump will make very clear to the cabinet just how successful his peace through strength approach has been on Iran and how it's delivering results. We've seen the success of Operation Epic Fury in degrading Iran's military, economic fury in crippling the Iranian economy, and what you could call diplomatic fury in ensuring that Iran is finally coming to the table with meaningful proposals while the U.S. coordinates with its allies and partners. Combined, this is maximizing American leverage to ensure that Iran is unable to get a nuclear weapon. So I think the president will be able to align the administration and his cabinet on what the next steps will be like, and this is not preferable when the administration is talking about specific details on what an agreement would look like, rather than Iran sending such horrible counterproposals in which the president throws them out after reading the first sentence. So I think this will ensure that the cabinet officials are fully aligned on what the president is doing to ensure that Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon and that American security interests are protected.
What do you make of Iran laying mines as these heightened negotiations continue?
Well, I think it's a foolish move in which they're playing with fire. And if they get too dangerous, President Trump may return fire. I think President Trump has been very patient with Iran and has made very clear that he wants to pursue diplomacy and is willing to see it through as long as possible. But the president has also made clear that the United States will only accept a good deal, and they're willing to walk away from a deal if it doesn't advance that. And instead, the president continues to ensure that the U.S. military is ready to respond at a moment's notice. And that's the correct approach to maximize American leverage here. So Iran needs to be careful unless it's going to risk having President Trump move back from diplomacy and take military action to ensure that Iran cannot threaten American interests.
So Iran reportedly wants $24 billion in frozen funds to be released as part of any deal with the U.S. The obvious concern there would be that that would not go to the Iranian economy, that would go directly into supporting terror proxies. Should releasing frozen funds be part of any eventual deal?
Well, any type of deal is going to come down to if Iran is willing to give up the enriched uranium that poses the greatest threat to American national security. The president has rightly ensured that the top priority of this entire operation with Iran is to prevent it from getting a nuclear weapon. If Iran is able to do this, then everything comes down to conditionality, in which, as we know with Iran, it's very difficult to trust this regime, and they have a horrible track record with following through. So the president, rightly, while pursuing a deal, is not going to just trust Iran, but rather he's going to verify with every single step in action that Iran follows through. So only at that point can we really consider what concessions or willingness the U.S. can work with Iran